everyone, and welcome to the drive home off-grid. This next episode in the series, I think it's episode 3. I'm probably going to stop counting. But in this series, answer simple questions about off-grid living, how to get off-grid, and general working towards self-sustainability. Today's question is, why go off-grid in the first place? Well, you have your own reasons to go off-grid. There's, every person out there could have, a different reason. But I'll give you, a couple of my reasons. And, other reasons why, some other people, maybe even you, might decide to go off-grid. But, that's the big question. It's like, why go off-grid? Why give up the luxury of just going to, a switch on the wall and flipping it, and there's a light? Why give up, just that comfort, even after days of being cloudy, where you're not getting any solar, wind's not blowing, you actually have to go out and turn on the generator. Why give up the fact that after those days you can still go and flip on the switch? And why give up the comfort of, you just pay that monthly bill, turn on the light switch, turn on the water, you got water, flush the toilet, all your waste is gone, you don't have to worry about it, somebody else deals with it. Why give up all that? Well, a big reason for myself is that bill. I lived in a place at one point in time, had electric heat, and not just electric heat, but had ceiling heat, which doesn't make any sense to me at all, because what does heat do? Heat rises. So you have ceiling heat, and it has to heat up that whole area up there even before the heat starts moving down. And for a couple of winters, anyways, when I was living there, the electric bill each month was close to $400. $400 in just 1 month of paying that bill, basically the same amount of money that we paid for the solar setup that we started out with, that we had for 4 years. It's 200 watts, a couple of golf cart batteries, and there's our lights, and didn't have to worry about it. There's our electricity. And for heat, we had propane heat. There's a little propane heater, but that's all beside the point. So, cost is one thing, months and months and years of paying an electric bill versus getting a system and being off-grid and really just not having to worry about it. You got that big upfront cost, and you might not have to touch it for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and you just don't have to worry about it. So that's a big reason. Another big reason is maybe you live in an area that the electrical grid is maybe kind of shaky. Your power goes out a couple times a month, or can go out for a few days or even a week at a time during the winter time. Or if you live in an area where there's too much demand and the grid goes down because too many people are using the air conditioners during the summertime, more consistent. You have control over that. If you want to run an air conditioner, you just get a solar system that can power that air conditioner, and there you go, done. You don't have to worry about somebody else overloading the system. Another reason, and a big reason why I don't want to go on the grid right now with our current property is there are no power lines on our property right now. There's nothing, you know, at the edge of our property. The closest power line is roughly a couple hundred yards away. And I went online to the local utility company. They had an estimate that you put in how far you need the power to go, and it'll kick out an estimate for you. The estimate to get the power brought to our property from where it's at was $16,000. No thank you. $16,000 would get a heck of a solar setup. It's solar power, the solar panels, the batteries, the charge controller, and might even put a little bit in the budget for a wind turbine for those days that are really cloudy. So on top of that $16,000, you still have a monthly bill, and monthly bills where we live, it's really easy to get $300 a month, even if you're doing propane heat. The electric rates just go up during the winter out where we live. If you have electric heat, one of our neighbors, I think they said they spent like $600 one month for their electric heat. Yeah, once again, no thank you. And then same thing with kind of the same thing with the water. You can invest as little or as much money as you want into it, and that's just what you get. You have total control over it again. You can do everything from haul your own water, which is what we do. We got some jugs of water in the back of the car right now. Or you can do rainwater collection, filter, purify that. Or you can go so far as to drill a well. You can also run wells off grid. There's little solar powered well pump kits that you can get. And then once again, same thing with sewer. I mean, you have to deal with your own. If you choose not to do a septic system, you can haul it, dump it, outhouse, whatever. But once again, you're not. You don't have to pay for a bill. You don't have to worry about anything down the line breaking or something like that. It's like you're in total control. So those are a few reasons to, a few of my reasons to go off grid. What are your reasons for going off grid? Why don't you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know. If you have any questions about living off grid or self-sustainability, go ahead and ask them down in the comments. I'll do what I can to answer them as quickly as possible, and maybe even do a video on them. So there's the episode, and until next time, keep kicking up dust.